Peace, family, peace, peace, peace. Listen, along your journey, you're going to have so many people that come into your life, and it's almost as if they are puzzle pieces, okay, to this big puzzle of your life. And when I say puzzle pieces, this is what I mean. So, when I first started, okay, listening to personal development and all the speakers that I would listen to, I would gain something from each and every one of them. And then what I would do, I would apply those things that they have spoke about and apply it to my life in a way that is authentic, in a way that I'm sharing my stories and being very transparent. And every area of your life, every part of your journey, you always going to have people that will assist you. Sources always sending people to assist you on your journey, on your walk. And you just have to believe. You have to have faith. You have to know that whenever you are seeking the answers, that the answers shall come to you, because the truth is that they really are coming to you. And you guys hear me talk about this a lot. If you pay attention to the solution or finding the solution, you take your attention from the actual or the illusionary problem that you may be faced with. Life is so exciting, it's so fun. And at times is also a roller coaster. But what makes it so phenomenal and so great is that the roller coaster that we may be on, we can enjoy it, right? Like it doesn't have to be like, oh my goodness, right? It can be like, thank goodness. And everything that we tend to go through, it is always for the betterment of us. It is always for us to reach our higher selves. I once heard somebody say, and I believe it was the book Trust by Miss Iyanla Van Zandt, or maybe I heard her say this on no, I think it was in a book, in her book. One of the things she said was something like this, and of course I'm paraphrasing. She said, if we don't go through obstacles, then that would not give us something to turn to, like to have more faith and to turn to God, source, whatever it is that you deem source, right? Like if everything is working out so great and there's no obstacles, you wouldn't grow. You would just stay the same. And to me, that is like very, very boring, because we are such amazing creators that we get to create the life that we desire. And if you are staying the same, then that means that you're dying, right? You guys hear me say this a lot. It's either you are creating or you disintegrating. And there's so many people that die with all the passion within them, with all their gifts within them, because of fear, because they're afraid of what other people may think. They are afraid of the unknown. They are afraid of things not working out. And, I believe not really so much things not working out, but they're afraid of what if things do work out and they know that they may lose people, because this is just something that comes with it. If you have a group of friends, or even for that matter, relatives, and you are growing, you are reading the books, you are listening to the personal development. And this is like what I do on a daily basis. I do this practically every day. Read the books, listen to the personal development videos, and watch the videos. I visualize, I meditate, I watch homes on YouTube that I desire to be in, that one day I am going to be in. And this is pretty much what I do. And so I don't hang around people who have a scarcity mindset. I don't hang around nobody that says, when you tell them like, oh, I'm going to live in that house. And they say to you, you don't even have the money for that. I don't be with nobody like that. In fact, I tell you guys, my circle is, I don't even have a full circle, but I know the universe source is sending me people my way. Okay. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about life. And so, what I really want you to understand and get is that everything that you desire, it is all within you. And your life is supposed to be fun, exciting, beautiful. Yes, a roller coaster at times because that's where the growth is going to come in. But it's nothing in this life that could ever hurt you, okay? Because even if you are growing through something or in the midst of something right now, it is there for the betterment of you. Okay, and that's what all the successful people know. It's not that they don't be faced with obstacles or they don't go through trials and tribulations. They in fact do, okay? Because when it rains on it, the rain is not selective, like, oh, I'm just gonna rain on these group of people. No, it rains on all of us. But the question is, when it rains, do you just stand in the rain or do you get an umbrella? That's the question. Okay? I want you to understand and get that source is always with you. You don't have to have all the answers. And you don't have to be in a rush to get to a destination because it's really the journey what counts. It's so funny. The other day, I was talking to my sister Melissa, and me and her is so close. And I was telling her about when I was in transitional housing to get Section 8. And I was telling her about, it was a time where as though me and my two children at the time, my two oldest children, Xavier and Jada, I just had my oldest daughter, Jada, and my oldest son at that time. Well, he was my only son at that time. Xavier, he probably was about, I want to say, 3 years old. Yeah, he probably was about 3 years old. And what happened was, I remember we was in living in a room, okay, at transitional housing. And this transitional housing, I'm so grateful and thankful for them because, oh my goodness, you know, sometimes in our lives when we tend to grow through things, like we just don't see, like how we gonna get from point A to point B. And this transitional housing program, I mean, it was absolutely amazing. It was one of the best experiences I had experienced in my life with the nuns, the sisters. They were so giving, so kind, full of love. And I just had an overall great experience. And I was telling my sister that I remember my two children at the time. We was living and staying, well, we had a room and it was so clean in there. Like it's so clean in the transitional housing, program that we was in. Washing machines and dryers on each floor. It was about 5 floors. And every room it had a family in there. And people who had like a bigger family, they lived on, I believe it was the 5th floor. But me and my two children at the time, we lived on the 2nd floor. And it's so funny because right outside my window on the 2nd floor, it was a cross, a big statue of a cross right outside my window. I never forget it. And I remember my children, I just had my daughter, Jada, and we had two beds in a room, two twin size beds, one for me and one for my oldest son, Xavier, and one for my oldest daughter, Jada, right? Well, at the time, just, my two children. Well, my daughter, Jada, she had a bassinet that the sisters had gave me. And I remember I would have my daughter Jada lay in a bed, sleep in a bed. I allow all my children to sleep in a bed with me when they was babies. And I remember my son, Xavier, I would tell him, I would say, you know what, you could come sleep with us, get in the bed with us and stuff. Because I didn't want him to be by himself, like in a twin size bed. And I didn't want him to feel like I was, like I left him out or whatever it is like that. And I was just reminiscing and thinking about that. I was thinking about those times, like those were some of the best times that I experienced in my life. Oftentimes we think because, you may have less right now or in this season that you can't still be full of joy or you can't be full of bliss. And that's not true. That's really not true. You can be full of so much joy and bliss because you know where you are going. You don't quite know exactly how you're going to get there. And that part is not even really for you to figure out, like, how you're going to get there. It's really for you to understand and get that you are going to get there and that you do deserve to be there. And that's really the exciting part about life. Life is so, so amazing. And we have so much abundance in this here life. So much abundance that you can even choose scarcity. But it's so much abundance that we can choose from. And being grateful for where we are, being thankful for what it is that we do have, while knowing that we deserve more, that we desire more. And it's our birthright to have more. And the more that we have, the more good that we can do. So if you look at money and you say, well, I was always taught that money is the root of all evil, money don't grow on trees, and, all these different scarcity beliefs. You have to start changing it and start understanding that, money is just a tool. It's just energy. It amplifies exactly who you are. And when you understand that the more you have, the more you can do, the more you can be of service, the more you can connect to, so many people around the world. That's what money is doing for me, is going to do for me. Is going to allow me the right to travel, allow me the right to research, allow me the right to connect with so many amazing, awesome people across the globe. It's going to allow me the right to choices, choices on what house I want, where I want to live, and having a opportunity of deciding and not going based upon or not settling because of whatever it is. And that's really the excitement about life. I encourage you to find a thing that you are so passionate about. Do not put a time limit on it. Do not say, well, I got to reach this goal by within 5 years or 3 years or a year from now. Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the time that you are putting in. Enjoy the time that you are getting closer with your family. Enjoy the bumps in the road and enjoy the success that, is on the horizon. And in the words of Earl Nightingale, one of the things he says is success is about doing the thing that you enjoy to do, right? Not doing it because you have to do it, but doing it because you enjoy doing it, because of the satisfaction you get from doing it. And that's really what life is about. It's really about being in the moment and watching your product manifest, like your creativity come to life. That's really what it's about. You know, doing something that it excites you so much. You know, yes, other people may be doing it, but the way you put a spin on it is like no other. And that's really, really what life is about. You know, it's so many people that have the same exact ideas, but none of them are the same. And I know, you know, some may say, but you just said, right? But it's really true, you know. We may have the same exact idea, but none of it is the same. You know, when I started doing personal development and, you know, I started doing videos and stuff like that, if you get so caught up on, well, it's so many other people that's doing it, right? Then you losing focus. It's not about how many other people that's doing it. It's about you doing it. And it's about why you're doing it. And it's about, are you passionate about doing it? And if the answer is yes, that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. And with that being said, I love you guys. Keep on rocking out, believing in yourselves. And understand that this abundance is your birthright.